What's up, Motobrats? It's Spiritual God here, and welcome to a new series called "What If Harry had got the spider bite?" Or another word is "What if Harry got bit by the spider?" Now, basically, this is Harry having the Spider-Man powers, but not being Spider-Man. If you guys will understand what I mean. And yeah, now I'm in the Harry Potter mood, so I decided why not introduce Harry Potter into my What If channel, and tried to see Harry Potter What Ifs, but well, there's no Harry Potter What If, so I decided why not I do it. So, anyways, there are not much Harry Potter What Ifs. There are Harry Potter What Ifs, but they are not much, as I'm saying. So yeah, Harry, gets spider powers, but how is he gonna get it and what he's gonna get it? You just have to go and see in the video, guys. And by the way, go and see the what. I'm not discontinuing what if Luffy had the Sharingan. I'm just taking a break until I finish Harry Potter because I'm in the Harry Potter mood now. And yeah, so yeah, I'm in the Harry Potter mood. You guys will also love this story. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get watching. So the story starts off with Harry and the Dursleys going to the zoo. Now this is like the start of the canon storyline, but whatever. So they go to the zoo and Harry meets Nagini, who is Voldemort's familiar in the future. But yeah, Harry talks with the snake called Nagini, and he uses accidental magic, which causes the window which contains Nagini, it like poofs out of existence, and Dudley, that's this kid's name, Dudley falls into it, and Harry is blamed for it, but Nagini escapes, but something also escapes, a spider. Now the spider crawls up to Harry and bites it. Harry reacts by shooing that, and he sees in his hand a bite mark. But before he could even adjust to it, Vernon, or well, Mr. Dursley picks up Harry and drives him back home, throwing him to the cupboard. But while driving back home, Harry's body feels weird. He feels nauseous, his body is paining, he feels a huge headache, all that stuff. And Harry, when Mr. Dursley throws Harry into the cupboard, Harry doesn't even retaliate, and when he falls into the cupboard, he instantly sleeps, and his body goes through some changes. Now the spider bite has some other things, being the venom charge and camouflage, but I'm not going to introduce them now. And I'm thinking of not adding the spiderweb or the organic, or not the making one. Both I'm not trying to add it now, maybe in the future, I don't know. But anyways, so the next day Harry wakes up and he goes to some eat, but that's when he realizes his body has changed. He's become muscular, he's become a lot taller, he can see without glasses, and yeah, he's feeling bulkier than usual. He's feeling good, but that's when Mr. Or Petruna or Mrs. Dursley tries to hit him in the head and to make breakfast, but Harry dodges it. Then what is his name? Mr. Dursley comes and tries to hit Harry for retaliating, but Harry again dodges it. But then Dudley comes in and punches Harry, but Harry jumps up and sticks to the wall. Now this shocks Harry and all the Dursleys, and Harry, realizing what the hell is going on, that's when he remembers the spider bite, and he realizes that spider bite has changed his body. He has given us powers to stick to the damn wall, and Dursley are scared, especially Mr. and Mrs. Dursley, because they know about, not especially Petruna, because she knows about the magic and she has seen magic, and she thinks that this is magic. But Mr. Dursley, being Vernon, is scared shitless of magic. So, and Harry, seeing this, realizes that these people are scared of him, and is going to take advantage of it. So he then scares the Dursley, saying that if they don't do what he says, he's going to beat them shit. But I mean, Harry doesn't say this, but They think Harry says, but Harry just says that he doesn't want any trouble. He just wants an own room and some food. The Dursley accept it and they go by their day. A couple of days later, Harry gets his own room, the second room of Dursley's, as well as his free food. He doesn't need to make food and he gets proper amount of food. But that's when the Hogwarts letters comes, which, well, Vernon sees before Harry and he rips it to shreds. But more letters come again and again and again, and Harry's annoyed by this. So, as well as the family, the Dursley family, so they take Harry to they shift around again and again, and they reach to they go to an island with a small hut, and Harry then stays there. That's when someone barges into his house, being Hagrid, and he says the iconic line, "You're a wizard, Harry." And Harry is kind of more believing of this because, well, he has this weird powers now, sticking things. Even if it got, even if he knows that he got this from the spider bite, he still is gonna believe it. Harry is still naive. So then Harry and Hagrid both go to Diagonal Alley where they buy all their stuff, meeting the goblins, getting the treasures, and Harry takes a lot more than in canon, just to say, by the way. And Harry also sees Hagrid taking the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, we didn't know at that time it was the Philosopher's Stone. We just knew that it was some kind of stone. So Hagrid would take that. Then they would go to wand shop where Harry would get his wand, the wand being wholly 11 inches and phoenix feather core. I think that was it. Yeah, that is it. So Harry gets that, and other than that, Harry gets to know that this is the brother wand of the wand that killed his parents and gave him the scar, which kind of hits a sensitive spot. But so Harry other buys, and he also gets a snowy owl named Hedwig. Just wanted to remind that. Then Harry goes to the 9 3/4, goes to the train station King's Cross, where he meets, well, the Weasleys, not meeting them, like talking to them. Molly helps Harry go through the 9 3/4, where he meets Ron and Hermione, and after that Harry, Hermione and Ron get to know each other. Harry and Ron become friends. Hermione becomes an acquaintance to them, not friends right now. So Harry, they would reach Hogwarts, and, well, what's his name, Hagrid would be there to help them go sit in a boat, and they would go towards the castle. I told a mixture between castle and palace. Palace, something shit. So anyways, there, after getting down and going inside the palace, Harry would meet Draco, who would insult Ron, and Harry would insult him, which results in Draco hating Harry, which is simple confusing. Then Professor McGonagall, that's her name, right? Professor McGonagall would come and tell them about the whole houses. Then they would all go towards the Sorting Hat, where everyone would be placed just like in canon, being Harry Gryffindor, Ron be Gryffindor, and Hermione also Gryffindor. Then Harry's life will go with him realizing that Snape, one of the teachers of Potion Master, hates him, and that's when Harry would take Ron towards meeting Hagrid, and while there they would get to know about the robbery in Gringotts, which makes Harry a little bit suspicious because it was in his birthday. So after that, the flying classes come in, where Harry sees Draco bullying Neville, and Harry stands up for him, and Draco, whatever you call it, takes Neville's position and flies it away. Harry also uses his old broom, and chases after him, and Draco throws it, and Harry, with his exponential instincts, even without realizing it, catches the ball safely and yeah, Harry is put into the Quidditch team, being the youngest member of the Quidditch team, by the way. After that, Draco, being jealous, challenges Harry to a duel, which Harry accepts, but Draco is lying. So the night they all go to Ron and Harry go towards where Draco is coming. Hermione tries to stop them, but they don't listen, and Hermione follows them, and there they meet the three-headed dog, and that's when Harry's instincts flare up, and he starts feeling something ringing in his head. And when he sees the three-headed dog, he realizes that this is danger. And yeah, that's when Harry discovers his spider sense. And Harry and Ron and Hermione all zoom out of there and go back to their house. That's when Harry would not think about it, and he would realize one of the spider's key components is their sense, their instincts being all, and he also thinks about all the gains he has gotten after the spider bite, being super strength. Not he doesn't know it's super strength or not. He got bulky. He has his five senses are much higher, and he has the spider sense. So yeah, after that. Then there comes the iconic scene of Wingardium Leviosa, where Hermione berates Ron, and Ron teases Hermione. Hermione goes crying and stuff like that. Yeah, that scene happens, and then the Halloween party happens where Quirrell, I think that's his name. Quirrell comes and tells the corridor about the trolls, and he gets knocked out. Harry's spider sense starts going off, and he follows the spider sense, and he sees Hermione getting targeted by the troll. And Harry, with his spider sense and his instincts is going off, he starts fighting the troll. Now Harry only knows Wingardium Leviosa and Wingardium Leviosa, but Harry kind of uses his what is it called, wand, kind of uses. He doesn't use it entire the full battle, but Harry is going to he starts fighting with the troll hand to hand. Basically, when troll uses his club to hit Harry dodges, sweeps down, hits, goes and punches the damn troll, and the troll moves back, and Harry realizes that he has super strength. Harry then runs up and jumps, sticking to the wall, which shocks Ron and Hermione. And Harry then jumps again, punching the troll in the damn face. Then Harry picks up the club of the troll which was lying below. He brings it up, but he can't fully lift it. But that's when he lifts it, and then he jumps again and hits the club in the head of the troll, knocking it out. And Harry fights the troll, by the way, with the spider sense, getting more experience to fight with it, by the way. So yeah, and after that the troll is knocked out. Ron is completely shocked. Harry just one-on-oneing the damn troll. Hermione, seeing this, is shocked. Common sense doesn't apply to Harry, it seems, because Harry just one-on-one fought a troll and also defeated it, number one. Number two, Harry was able to use use the broom naturally without even any training. And after seeing this, Harry trying to help her, and Harry came here instead of going back, instead of being away. This causes Hermione to have a little bit of crush on him. She's like a 11-year-old. Of course, anyone would have crush on someone who saved their life. Come on, man. This he has a little bit of crush, but he will grow. And yes, it's going to be a Harry and Hermione. But what about Ginny? I don't know. Maybe a harem. You guys decide. Then the teachers would come, and Hermione would cover up for them by lying. And yeah, all the three would, Harry, Ron, and Hermione would become friends. But the next time the Quidditch match would commence with Harry playing very good because of his spider sense. He's able to dodge other players, as well as his instincts, well, normal 5 instincts, which is already boosted. He's even better than Ken and Harry, by the way. And so he's able to come near the what is this called, snitch, that's what it's called, right? The stay snitch, but he stops, and when his spider sense goes off, and that's when he sees who the hell is doing it, and that's when he sees two people, Quirrell and Snape. But Hermione comes to the rescue and saves Harry by putting a fire in Snape's coat, causing Snape and Quirrell to stop chanting whatever they're chanting, and Harry to get back to control. And Harry catches the Stitch, and winning the Gryffindor. Now, due to not having enough experience with the spider sense, Harry cannot determine who wanted to harm him, but he suspects Quirrell or Snape. Then after that, he goes back to Hagrid, where he tells about the suspicious. Where that's when Hagrid reveals about the Philosopher's Stones, which they keep in mind but not go further into it. But then Christmas comes in, and Harry stays behind in Hogwarts, and when Ron stays behind, Hermione just goes back. But that's when Harry gets the invisibility cloak, and he's happy with getting invisibility cloak, and Harry goes around using it. And that's when he goes into a room, and he finds the mirror of Erseth, or mirror of desire, whatever you want to call it, and he sees his parents. The next day, Harry brings back Ron to see his parents, but Ron sees himself winning the Quidditch Cup, and Harry realizes that only Harry can see whatever he's seeing, and Ron can see whatever he's seeing. If you guys can understand what I'm trying to say, you can understand what I'm trying to say. So anyways, the next day, Harry sneaks alone while using the mirror and meets Dumbledore. Now, meeting Dumbledore is kind of a difficult situation here. And now Harry, he sees his mom and dad, and that's when his spider sense goes off, and Harry just turns around and sees Dumbledore. Now, this causes Harry to wonder why Dumbledore is sneaking up on him, and this causes Harry to have a small suspicion on Dumbledore. And Dumbledore explains about the desires and stuff like that. Yeah, and after that, Harry goes back. Then after Christmas ends, Hermione finds about the secret of the Sorcerer's Stone. Then after that, the Quidditch match between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff happens, with Snape as the lead. Snape as a referee, with Snape being biased, but Gryffindor is able to win the match, and but Harry follows Snape and hears Snape and Quirrell talking about the Philosopher's Stone, and due to Harry believing in his senses a lot more, he goes near them and talks to them, hearing them talk, and then he goes back and tells Hermione and Ron. After that, they meet Hagrid, where they learn about Fluffy, the three-headed dog, and as well as the little dragon, as well as they escort him. Now, Draco has been spying on them due to jealousy of Harry. He goes and snitches to Professor McGonagall about the dragon, and Harry and the group being outside late. But after that, after escorting the dragon to the Ron's brothers Charlie, both come back to face Professor and get detention with Malfoy. Harry and Hermione, not Ron. Ron is injured and he is in the hospital. If I remember, that was the story, right? After that, detention is given to Harry, Ron, Neville, as well as Draco, and Hermione and Neville pair up with Hagrid, and Hank, the dog of Hagrid, is paired up with Harry and Draco. And while they are searching for the traces of who's killing unicorns, they see a thing sucking unicorn's blood, and Draco, being the bitch he is, runs away, and he screams. The thing attacks Harry, but with his spider sense as well as his instincts as well as his super strength and his reflexes. Like basically, Harry can easily dodge it, and Harry dodges it. But then a centaur named Fianzed, that's his, Fianze, yeah, that's his name. Fianze saves Harry and tells him about the unicorn blood as well as Voldemort. Harry then finds. Then later, Harry finds Harry, is suspicious about who gave the dragon to Hagrid, and he confronts Hagrid with Ron and Hermione, and they find out the Fluffy's weakness as well as the unknown person who gave, well, Hagrid the damn dragon. But although they wait, yeah, Harry, Hermione, and Ron don't know who it is, and Hagrid also doesn't know who it is. So the Golden Trio, decide to go and tell this to Dumbledore. But when they go to Dumbledore to inform him, Professor McGonagall comes there and tells him the professor is Dumbledore is unavailable. The trio then realize that Dumbledore has been lured away, so the trio decide to save the stone. That night, they leave, but Neville tries to stop them, but Hermione makes, well, a statue out of him, I guess. This basically freezes him. What is that spell called? Yeah, full body bind curse. Yeah, Hermione uses the spell on Neville when he tries to stop him. After that, they all go forward. Then they reach the door where they see the door is already open, and they go for the door below, but Fluffy attacks them. Harry stops it by playing a song which makes Fluffy go back to sleep. Then they go down and they land on the Devil's Snare, which is Professor Spout's room, which is Devil's Snare. And Harry's spider sense goes off, but with Hermione's help, they are able to light a fire and drive it off. And after that, they come to the next room, which is Professor Flitwick's room, which holds a bunch of keys as well as broomstick. And Harry, realizing what needs to be done, grabs a broom and uses his exponential Quidditch player team as well as his instincts. Basically Harry's awesome in this timeline rather than the canon timeline, and he gets the correct key and opens the next room. The next room is Professor McGonagall's room, where a chessboard is there, and Ron comes to play, and he defeats the challenges in the room, but he gets knocked out in the process. Then Harry and Hermione both run to him and checks if Ron is alive or not, but Harry is able to use his spider sense to figure out Ron's condition, and he also realizes that he can see if someone is alive or not. And this is also a new introduction to a new addition to what a spider sense can do. And Harry gets to learn more and more about his powers as the parts go on. And then both Harry and Hermione Harry's telling Hermione that Ron is going to be okay. Both of them go to the next room, being they go to next room being Professor Quirrell's room, where they find a troll where they find a knocked out troll. But then they go to the next room being Professor Snape's potions room, and with Hermione's logic as well as Harry's spider sense, they are able to clear it. Hermione drinks a potion and goes back, while Harry drinks a potion and goes forward. At this point, Harry then goes forward and meets Quill. And at this point, Quill tells him about Snape wanting to protect him, although begrudgingly, as well as the hatred for Snape to Harry. Harry then realizes that spider sense can also reveal who wants to kill Harry and who doesn't. As I said, new information on Spidey sense Harry is getting again and again. Then Harry sees into the mirror and sees himself having the Philosopher's Stone. And Quirrell told him to see in the mirror, and this is what happened. Quirrell then wants Harry to give him the stone, but Harry denies and comes in a fighting position. Gets to a fighting position. Quirrell as well as Harry are shocked at what Harry is doing, but then Harry realizes that he just must go with the flow. Go with his instincts. Just go with the flow. Then Quirrell laughs and then reveals Voldemort, who's stuck behind his head. Quirrell then runs to Harry to try to kill him, but with his spider sense to take the Philosopher's Stone. But with Harry's spider sense and as well, whole instincts being spectacular and amazing, get the reference. And Harry dodges Quirrell's attack as well as punches him in the face. At this moment, Quirrell gets burned a little and Harry's spider sense shots off. Quirrell tries again, but then Harry again dodges and punches him again, giving him another burn. Harry realizes that with his touch he can burn Quirrell, but he also gets a headache. But Harry just keeps it up and he continues punching Quirrell. Harry, headaches increases, but he keeps it up until Quirrell is completely burned. At this point, Voldemort's soul, which is residing in Quirrell, comes out of his body and tries to attack Harry, but Harry dodges with his amazing and spectacular senses. I am really wanting using this damn thing. Anyways, the soul of Voldemort goes away and Harry collapses, but Harry is still conscious until he sees a bearded man, but falls conscious. Then the next day, Harry wakes up in the hospital ward and Dumbledore is there to tell him about Lily's love in Harry's soul. That whole, how Lily used a curse or magic or whatever you want to say to protect Harry from Voldemort. The Blood Watch, that's it called, the Blood Watch. But Harry gets even more suspicious of Dumbledore because from what he knows, Dumbledore wasn't there during the the night when Voldemort killed him. So how does Dumbledore know? So he gets even more suspicious of Dumbledore, but not fully suspicious. It's just not fully. It's just a little bit suspicious. So the next day, the Gryffindors are given 170 points for the whole I'm gonna save the Philosopher's Stones act, causing Gryffindor to win the House Cup instead of Slytherin. And that's it. And the term ends and all of them go back home, with Ron going to the Weasleys, Hermione going to the Grangers, and Harry going back to the Dursleys. And that's why we're gonna leave for this episode, guys. If you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff, and if you don't, I can understand. Peace out.